Hi all. In this video we will discuss about 802.11 frame types. So there are three important frame types in .11. One is the management frames. Second is the control frames. And third is the data frames. Okay. The management frames are those frames which are responsible for the client to join or leave the BSS. Examples are authentication, request and response, association, request and response. Frames like beacon, we will talk about this in a while. Frames like probe request and response, we will talk about these two frames also in a bit, so on and so forth. So that is management frame for you, anything that is responsible for clients joining or leaving the BSS. Then we have control frames, which are responsible in assisting the traffic of delivery of traffic. So anything that assists in the traffic delivery will fall under the category of control frames, right? Control frames, on the other hand, are also used to acquire a channel, clear a channel, and provide unicast acknowledgements. So if you want to acquire any channel or clear any channel or send acknowledgements, then control frames are used for that. Examples are we have only talked about acknowledgement right now. Okay, so I will give you some more examples, but we will discuss about them in the few coming videos. Acknowledgement, we have something called PS poll, that is power saver poll. I'll discuss in detail about this frame. Then we have clear to send, we have request to send, RTS, right? So all, and of course when we talked about acknowledgement, we also want to talk about block acknowledgement. Okay, so these are control frames. The third type of frames is data frames. Data frames are frames that carry MSDU, that carry data traffic, right? They carry the MSDU with them, and hence they are called data frames. There are total 15 types of data frames. Of course, we're not going to go through all of them, but we do know that yes, a normal data frame is an example of that. Then we have a QoS data frame, also an example of that. There's a frame called null function frame. Null function frame, this frame has no data. It is still a data frame. It has some other functionalities which we are not going to cover in this, but these frames are called data frames. Now, one example you should know for management frame is a beacon. Okay, is a beacon. Beacons are also known as beacon management frames. This, I would say, is the most important management frame. It's like the heartbeat of a BSS. It is sent at every 102.4 milliseconds from the AP. per SSID. So if you have 3 SSIDs created, then 3 beacons will be sent out from the AP, each at 102.4 milliseconds. This timer is configurable in some vendors, but this should not be meddled with. This should be kept at 102.4 milliseconds for a lot of reasons. Okay? We're not going to discuss the reasons right now, but for a lot of reasons, it is important that you leave it to 102.4 milliseconds. This beacon management frames will consist a lot of fields, will have a lot of fields, and it consists something like a timestamp. It has something called channel information of the AP. It has something called SSID name. Okay, that's obvious. It will have data rates that the AP supports. It has information like QoS capabilities, something like EDS, EDCA that we talked about in the previous few videos. It has information around traffic indication map. We will talk about this. It is called TIM. We will talk about this in the coming videos. This is an important field, and also talks about some robust security network information for security. And if you have some vendor proprietary information that you want to send out, you can use this particular field to send out some vendor information. So this beacon is an extremely important management frames, and it is sent at 102.4 milliseconds per SSID from the access point, and it has approximately, I think, around 27 to 28 fields. But these are the few basic ones that you should know, that you should be aware of, and we will talk about a few of them in the coming videos. Cool. So in the next video, I'll wrap up the video here, right here. But in the next one, we're going to talk about probe request, probe response, and then we'll cover a few more frames and understand more on these different types of frames. See you in the next video, guys. Thank you.